DNA Elites Tutorials. Okay, so welcome to the Basic World Building Tutorial 2. This is where we are going to cover adding objects to and from your inventory as well as building the world. So how cool is that? So let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so now we are in edit mode. We have just a blank canvas here. We have our skybox, we have our grid, and we have a spawn point. So this is the basically stripped down to the bare essentials of getting started here. So what we are going to do first is we are going to show you how to add objects to and from your inventory. So first thing we need to do is, because when you first come in, you're only going to have a couple objects in your inventory. So let's go up to your inventory. So go into Tools. Let's select Inventory. Okay, so when you first get into your inventory, it'll probably look like this. We're going to go into all sources. This will most likely just have a couple objects in there to get you started. So as you can see right here, it says Shop the Store. So we're going to go ahead and click Shop the Store. Now, this is what I can say to you folks. Sansar does have a lot of objects for free to get you started, but of course, there's also objects that you're going to pay for, because you got to understand that the creators that are in this world is, they're basically making the objects and they need to get paid for it. So Sansar has a wonderful place for them to actually make money. So if you are experienced in Blender or Maya and all these other 3D creating design tools, you can upload those objects as an OBJ or an FBX into Sansar and actually make money off it. So how cool is that? So what we're going to do here is we're going to show you how to find things in the inventory. So right up here you see all categories. They have over 49,000 items in their inventory. So that's pretty crazy on how many items you can look through. And let me show you how to actually look through these items. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the all categories, and starting from the top, you got avatar looks with their accessories to avatars, the clothing, the hair, the emotes. Emotes is basically like dance moves or moves that you want your avatar to do. Then you have scene creation, which is the 3D models. Again, the audio, scripts, and skybox. And again, like I said in the first tutorial, make sure that the content that you're loading up is licensed to you. It is, or it's royalty free, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to get into an issue where you're uploading someone else's, work, and then all of a sudden someone says, "Hey, that's my work," and then you get in a, you basically have to contest that. And all I can say is I haven't had any issues with it, because I got told the right way the first time. So again, just make sure you're uploading royalty free. Now, there's a lot of sites that are out there that give you free content that you can use. Just make sure you read the licensing and what they say about it. Okay. Now, what I normally do is when I download something, I actually bring it into Blender, and then I do some changes to it. So that way it's not like I'm uploading someone else's work. I'm taking someone else's work and then doing my own thing over it, changing, adjusting, creating new things on it, and then I upload it. So then it becomes my own work. Okay. And I know a lot of people that do that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to go ahead and show you how to get things off the inventory. Now, my recommendation is you don't necessarily have to, find stuff on the inventory through the actual editing tool. You can also go right into Sansar's website. And when you go into the website, just scroll all the way down to the bottom, and where it says store, just click on the store. And what you can do is you can spend time just, going through, that 50,000 items or 49,000 items there to find what items you want for free. So this is how you would do that. So see this right here. So what you would do is go ahead and log in. Okay. Okay, so now we're in the store. So what you can do is you can go right here, all, and you can go by category again. So this is using the actual Sansar website. and I'm going to go into 3D models. And what I do is I come over here. Now this is a saving tool right here, saves you time. Just click this, and if you want to find from the lowest price to the highest, click on that, and then you can see how it's all free items. Now my recommendation is it's going to take you some time. I mean, think how many items that you got to download. This might be a work in progress for you, but it will take you some time to download everything. But what I would do is just go through and collect all the free items, okay? Because a lot of people put free items on the store, so in that way they get their name out there, so that you can go to their store. But there's a lot of creative artists that are posting their stuff up here for free. Sansar itself, so if you go to the Sansar Studio store, just click on that, and you can basically collect all their free stuff. So they got everything from shirts to already scripted out, items in there, to a lot of great tools that will help you, create events. Okay. Now, one thing I did not mention is that Sansar really prides himself on doing events. So if you are in the business of creating events and then selling tickets, you're in the right place, because I would say Sansar is the best that's out there in the market. Okay. So let's do this. We are going to create an environment first. So I'm going to go up here. I might type in, what are things in environment? Well, you're going to have land, right? Or ground or mountains, that kind of stuff, right? So let's see what comes up. And then what we do, let's go ahead and go into this, and let's go lowest to high. And most likely I probably have most of this stuff in my inventory already. But okay, so let's do this. Let's get a ground. So let me go right here. Let's collect, this is from Turge. Go ahead and click that. All you gotta do, click this, hit get. Okay. And of course it's going to process, and right here it says it's been posted in your inventory. So I'm just going to minimize this down, and let me go ahead and exit out of this, because now it's in my inventory. Okay. Now, another thing you can do, this grid right here, you can actually retexture it to make it ground as well. Okay, but for the first time, people coming in, they're not going to understand how to do that. So let's just go ahead and bring this in. We'll drag and drop this into the inventory. Okay, so it's flickering there. Let's go and just bring it up a little bit. It was actually fighting with the grid. Okay. Okay, so now down, click on that. I'm just going to hit the delete button. Okay, there you go. So, and another good thing is make sure there's collision on this. Some people will bring in items and they forget to put collision on. Then when you load in, you fall through the ground. So how you can do that, remember I said visibility. So let's go ahead and click on the object, go into visibility, click on that. If it totally blanks out, you know you got collision on it. If you can see through it, then you know you do not have collision on it, okay? So let's go ahead and take the physics off. All right, so now we have our ground with physics. Let me go into this and just give you the rundown on this, okay? So let's go ahead and right click on this. Let's go into, let me bring this like this. Let's go into the properties. Okay, so remember I said about the motion types, your ground should be static unless you're making something that's going to be floating up in the air or whatever. But again, to make it float, you're going to have to make a script on it, and you're going to probably have to put some sort of script with a keyframe on it to make it do a certain path, or else what's going to happen, it's just going to keep falling and rezzing in, falling and rezzing in if it's on dynamic, okay? All right. Okay, so if say you're building a big environment, okay, and you wanted to stretch this out even farther, well, you can go up to the scale right here. Watch this. I'm gonna hit 2, hit enter, and I just doubled the size of that. Okay, so now I just create more space. Okay, but let's go ahead and just go back to 1 on that. Have a ground. This is the first part of building an environment. So with this, I think I'm gonna make it all outdoorsy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in another object, okay? So let's go into inventory, and I'm going to put in, let's say, mountain. I probably have a mountain in there. Okay, there we go. We have mountain rock. We have, okay, so here's a mountain rock. We're going to go ahead and just drop it in. So all I did was I dragged and dropped it in. And let's go ahead and drop another mountain rock right here. And if you go like this, before you move it, you can actually move it up and down. So let me move that up a little higher. Let's go ahead and put a rock right here. Maybe bring it down, rotate it. Small mountain. Let's put that in. Well, it's not that small because I'm totally covered. So this right here, if this happens, it's basically when you dropped it in, the whole object is covering you. So you got to bring it down. See that? And okay, so another thing we can do is let's go ahead and we're going to hold down the control, then shift, and now we can shrink this down. See that? I'm just bringing it in, and I can drag it up. Oh, let's spin it around this way. And let's make it a little smaller. Okay, so there we have some rocks. We have some mountains in there. Now, if you want to speed up, see the key on the top? I'm hitting the plus right there. It's going to speed the camera up, and I can look away from it. See that? This will really save you time. It took me a while to figure that out. But so on the top, you have the minus to slow it down, then you have the plus to speed it up. Okay? And that's just for the view of your camera. Okay? So I may go ahead and bring this up a little more, just where it goes below right there. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and rotate it this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Control. Control D will be duplicate. And then you just drag it over this way. Spin it around. Okay, so say I wanted to duplicate both these. I have this one selected. I may hold down the control and I may select this one. Okay, now I'm going to hit Control D and I may duplicate both those. So now what I'm doing is I'm making like a little valley. See that? Let me do it again. Okay. Let me put one over this way. Okay, so now I'm going to select that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to right click on this and I want to increase that size. So I'm going to hit 2. So I doubled it. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and I'm going to take some of these rocks. Actually, you can see this is a good example right here. See how I selected this one, that one right there? These are what I'm selecting, okay? It's not like the whole rock. So when I brought these in, these little mountain rocks, they're actually in like a combo, okay? And that's cool because, you know, you kind of want to use, you know, all the material, but you don't want to bring in multiple materials. You want to use the same one, but just move it around so it looks totally different, right? So let's do this. Let me go ahead and duplicate that and watch this. See how that moves out? I'm just going to sink those down in. Let me duplicate again. I'm going to rotate it like that. Look at that. So I'm giving you little tricks of the trade to create quickly, okay? Another thing you can do is just go back in the inventory. I still have those mountains selected, so I can just drag them in like this. I can rotate them. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop a couple more in. Bring it over here. Maybe put at the top of the mountain like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring another one right here, but let's rotate it that way. Okay, so there we have kind of like a valley there that I'm creating. And I didn't have anything planned on this. I'm just creating as we go, okay? All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, let's just look around. I really like how this is turning out already. Okay, so see how this texture is like this, and then this texture is like that. You know, I mean, this right here, you can really see that there's a difference here. Okay, so what I like to do is a good little trick for this is putting water over this, and that kind of hides that. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and go find some water. So we'll make this like we're on an island, and these are mountains that are in the water. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab. Let's go back in the inventory. I'm just going to type in water. See what pops up. Okay, so we got waterfall, water. I'm looking for, and the thing is, you know, I highly recommend um, once you bring like items in, so that you remember what it is, go back in there and relabel it. Okay, and matter of fact, let me just show you how to do that. So see this right here? All you got to do is right click on it and see this right here. You just hit rename and name it for what you want. And that's how you can kind of like keep your mind sane a little bit, because the last thing you want to be doing is like, where did I put that? You know, where did that item go? You know, and you'll be like, I remember spending hours just trying to find one item. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size of this water. I'm just going to make it 2. Let's go 3. And it seems like it covers, I got to move it down this way. Okay, there we go. Click off of it, and now you see the water. So, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We got water, so this is kind of like a water island, yeah? Let me go ahead and select the water. Let's bring it down a little more. Let's bring it up right there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the other thing that I'm going to do, it looks pretty good. Because the sun's that way, I'm going to make it, oh, that doesn't matter. Let's go click on that. I may rotate the water this way. There we go. There we go. So it looks really nice off the sun. Okay, so we're getting our environment. Okay. That's looking good. Okay, so let's go through this right here. We got good, scale collisions on, good, good, good. Okay. So we can exit out of that. Okay, so we add the objects to and from the inventory. So to the inventory was from the Sansar marketplace. That's how you bring stuff into the world. So say you didn't want to go through the website, you just wanted to go through the actual editor, which can save you time that way as well. Just go shop the store. Like I said, we'll go up here and let's just type in mountain. Okay. So there's 113 that popped up as mountain. I want to get a free mountain. And these are all, these circle ones, these are basic skyboxes. Okay, so what we want to do is let's find a free mountain, which I already got that one. I believe I already have this, but let's go ahead and select it. Yeah, see how it says redeliver? That means I already have it in my inventory. Let's go ahead and redeliver it so it goes into the top of my inventory. Okay, so we got to take the water out, or else you're going to be like, where's this mountain? I just added. Well, you're looking for water. So now that's okay. So here we have that landscape that I just brought in. So let's go ahead and drag and drop it in. There it is. Let's exit out of this. Okay, so let's drag this over this way. Just bring it down like that. Let me go ahead and rotate it this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that, bring it over this way. Maybe spin it this way. Okay. So I'm going to hold down on the shift. Let me select this one, and I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm just going to bring it out like this. And then I'm going to duplicate it again, bring it like this. Okay. And then I can even spin it. Let's duplicate it. Let me spin it again. Look at that. Look how easy that is. Everybody's going to become a Bob Ross. Okay, so things to look out for. Okay, see how you have kind of like a pattern right here? All you gotta do is go like this, hit the control button. Let's rotate it. Let's do that one right here too. There you go. Okay, so look at how our environment is looking. It's getting there. Okay, so remember what I said. Then you can also bring parts down. You can bring them up. Remember what I said about save as much as you can, save often, save frequently. Okay, I think we should start saving, or else all this work that we did right here is going to be lost. So let's go ahead and hit save. And it's saved. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So okay, let's make sure we know where our point is right there. We'll bring it right there. So let's go ahead and build it. Save and continue. Okay, just about uploading. Remember what I said about keeping it on no processing? And now we can visit. So we just click the Now Visit button. And we are in world now. So let me exit out of the chat. So let's go run around. Just take a look at how everything looks. Now, okay, folks, I gotta show you this right here. So remember I said F4 will break cam. So let's go ahead and F4. And then I'm just hitting the S. Now I can use the roller on my mouse, the top roller on my mouse, to speed everything in and out. Okay, see how things are popping away and they're disappearing? That is the distance that we have it set, right? So think of being inside like a box. I guess it'd be like a circle. And the distance I think was set at probably 4,000. So let's go ahead and scroll back in. Everything pops back in. So this is a big factor. I mean, you don't necessarily, it'll make your system run smoother if it's not trying to process everything all at one time, right? So that is a key indicator. If your computer is running, I guess, lagging, you can adjust the skybox distance, okay? And they use this functionality in all games that they build, because think of all the things that they're building that they have to. It's like if you can't see it, it doesn't need to be showing, right? So, but if it's in your eyesight, then you should be able to see it, right? So that's I just want to show you that, but the F4 so is the break free cam, and if you want to go back to your avatar, you just hit F4 again, and you pop back into your avatar. Okay. So seeing that we are in world right here, let me just go over, the basic functions for your avatar to navigate it. And the AWS is most important, but how to set that, okay? And I just want to add this as a bonus in here because I think everybody needs to always have that in their mind. Because if you don't have the basics of the avatar navigation, you're going to be frustrated in here. And then if you invite people, and you're going to be frustrated. So I'm just going to pop up the more options and show you the desktop controls. So right here we have the AWSD. A is left, D is right, S is back, W is forward. Okay, and then of course we have the mouse to select. You have your roller right there, and then you have the right click right there, which helps you select your, basically rotates the way you look in world. To the left, but I'm going right with my mouse. So rotating right, rotating left, rotate. Okay, so if I'm looking at my app, if I want to look up, I'm pushing the mouse up, and if I want to look down, like that. Now, if you want to look through your avatar's eyes, just roll the mouse all the way forward of the top roller, and you'll be looking through its eyes. Okay, so this is almost like you're in VR, right? Just you're not using the VR headset. Okay, and then if you roll back, then you can see in third person. This kind of helps when you're navigating and running around the world, to see it from like a third person view. Okay, it helps you like jump around. Okay, so jumping is space bar. I'm just hitting the space bar as I jump up. Another feature you can use if you don't want to keep using the right clicker on your mouse, hit F7. So let me go ahead and hit F7 here. Let me see. F7. See how it put a circle in the middle? If you roll forward, this will actually look over my right shoulder, but I don't have to hold the right click down, okay? So a lot of people like this, because check this out. All I'm using is my mouse now and the W, and I'm able to navigate my avatar. So I'm just showing you other easy ways to, navigate your avatar. Okay. So this is more, I guess, if you're going to be exploring the world, I would hit F7, and it make it whole. It makes it so much easier to navigate. So let's go back. I'm gonna go ahead and hit F7 again. So the little circle disappeared. Now I'm back to using the right clicker on my mouse. So let's go ahead and navigate around a little more. So here we have an environment, folks. Let's go back into edit mode. So this was a bonus, and I think what I'm gonna do is in between a lot of other tutorials, I'll just throw that in there so you get that extra training because it is a lot to learn, but the thing is I want to make it really simple for you folks to keep it in your mind on how to navigate your avatar. Okay. And there is tutorial, or there is worlds in the platform that you can go to. I would definitely check out. There's one world, I think it's called World Training 101, and that just it's by Zero Cheese, and he did a really fantastic job on showing you how to navigate your avatar. Okay. And I would definitely check that world out. Okay, so let's get back into edit mode. So we're going to go over here, let's hit create, let's hit build worlds. Going to hit the pencil right here. Go back into edit mode. Okay, so we're back in edit mode, folks. Let's go and let's work with the fog. Okay, so the lighting. Okay, here this part right here. This is where this is actually the lighting, the directional lighting. All you have to do, if it's hard to find these three arrows, all you have to do is go into your scene objects, go up to the top right here. I type in DIR for direct, and right here it's scene directional lighting. So say I was like way over here and I'm like, man, I need to go adjust the lighting on this. I just go into Scene Objects, type in DIR, and then once I select that, I'm going to hit the F button. Okay, you can right click on it if you do, but F button is focus. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select focus and it brings me right up to it. Okay, so you're not, because it is kind of, I mean, after you start putting a lot of items in these worlds, it's going to be like trying to find a needle in the haystack. Okay, all right, so here's the directional lighting. So all I'm going to do, if you want to adjust your directional lighting, all you got to do is hit the control, and then you can move it like this, move it this way. I'm fine with the direction it's in right now. We don't really have anything that I need a reference off. So if I had like a skybox with maybe planets up in the air, I would probably move my directional lighting to make it look like it is coming off this light, because it'd be weird if you're looking at the sun. Okay, well, no, hey, check this out. We have a sun right here. This is part of the skybox. So what do you think I'm going to do? I am going to take the directional lighting and match it up with this, because this is where the light is coming from, right? So this is a beautiful thing right here. This is great. Okay, so let me go ahead, go like this. Let me adjust the red. Let me go ahead and hit the blue, bring it up. Okay, see that? Now it makes sense, right? The directional lighting is actually in where it should be. Okay, check that out. Okay, so let's go into the scene settings. Let's scroll down. Let's open that up. Okay, so I kind of like the green fog. Let's bring it down a little bit. The fallout. I like to see more of I don't want to have it too foggy, right? Okay, ground density. Bring that down. Sky distance, we'll bring that up so it doesn't disappear on us, okay? So let's go ahead and let's just look at how it looks. That actually looks, so having it like really close down, it makes it look like you're on a planet, right? If you, I guess, thicken it up, well, we could think, don't want to make it too thick. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. I would do that because check it out. It kind of blends in with the sun rays right there. So I'm actually happy with that. Okay. Look how it blends everything in, and we're still in edit mode here. Okay, so let's go ahead. Then I may go ahead and hit build again. Okay, we're going to go ahead and visit. All right, we are back in a published world. Well, it's not published, it's a built world. Okay, so check that out. We moved the light into where the sun was actually shining, and everything looks good. Okay, so let's go back and I'm gonna hit F4. I'm gonna scroll out again. See how it's not, oh, it is disappearing again. That's probably because the objects are set at a draw distance as well, okay? So that'll be in in another tutorial on how to adjust the draw distances. But here we have, folks, here we have a built world. So I hope you found value in this, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. DNA Elites Tutorials.